What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's finally time to take a look at Diablo 4 again here, but instead of beta, we're actually into the game with some early access, of course, with pre-order, and performance seems to be really good here, probably better than we had back in beta time. So let's take a look at it here. I am using the Blizzard launcher in Steam. I've installed manually myself, forcing compatibility Proton Experimental. That seems to work the best for me here. I have a link in the description for a video of mine if you need to know how to install Battlenet and get that going. It only takes a few minutes once you get used to it. Now, as far as settings go, we are going to use mostly medium in this video, but we're going to start with the low preset here. We'll take a quick look at high later as well. FSR is going to be on quality the whole time. We're going to be on 800p, 60 FPS, and I'll scroll down through here so you can see that we are starting off on the low preset. There's a lot of adjusting you can do with this game and tweaking and really squeeze a lot out of it, but I'm going to kind of go the simple method in this video and just kind of show you performance here. So getting into low, you pretty much can just play the game at 60, higher if you wish, or if you're docked and maybe going a little bit higher on your resolution, you'll be fine. But low definitely is an easy one to run. It doesn't give us too much trouble. We're certainly not maxing out all of the resources, and except for a few load-in areas or little spots here and there, especially being online all the time, pretty much will hold that 60. You'll see here in the city, the main town, just like back in beta, we do have reduced performance where you have stuttering, you have players coming in and out. I don't care what setting you're really using, you're just going to dip and stutter and have some more issues in these areas, especially the larger city. That's just kind of the nature of things there. But for the most part, the game does still run really well. So next we'll take a look at some medium and high, and then we'll take a look at some 40 FPS as well. But before we jump into that, a word from today's sponsor. Today's video sponsor is Maximum Settings. They offer a Linux-based cloud gaming PC that you can connect to with almost any device using Moonlight. I've tested them for a few years here on the channel and have always had a great experience. They've recently added monthly packages, which I think is a great value for customers and something we've been asking for, but also maintained their hourly rates as well for those who would rather go that way. So there's options there for you. Of course, you get a full-blown desktop here with Linux, and you'll have things like Lutris, Heroic, and Steam, and others to really manage all of your launchers and your games, and it works really well. If you are coming over from the Steam Deck, a lot of these processes will feel familiar to you. Their gaming performance has been really good, especially on their higher-end hardware, and they're always looking to upgrade. You can jump in and play a lot of your favorites and expect some really good performance, and you're able to use Moonlight to really tweak your experience. I'm happy to see a company really take the reins and put a gaming PC for Linux in the cloud. If you're interested, there'll be a link in the description to go check them out. Alright, so getting in here to medium now in the town, same idea. You'll have those drops in FPS, little stutters and things like that happen. And I just want to show that, of course, down to 43 there, we take a bigger hit in the city, of course, on medium, which would be expected. But I did just want to show you that real quick just so you could see the difference. And I'll go ahead and jump over to high as well, which you'll see a major bump in our FPS. And out in the world as well, I did play some high, and I thought it was going to work out pretty decent, but I got in some areas where there's like a lot of other players and a lot of fighting and effects and things like that. And it really did take a hit under 40, well under 40 FPS. So I'm going to stay away from high, but I did just kind of want to mention it and show it here. I think low and medium and some custom settings would be the way to go. Getting back over here into medium again, getting out into the world away from the city here and taking a look at some actual gameplay. I was surprised that 60 FPS actually holds up extremely well. I ran around for about an hour and a half at these settings just to see what would happen and if I experienced anything major I needed to show for dips, and I really didn't. For the most part, I was able to play between 50 and 60 FPS all the time, with 60 most of the time, depending on the area, which I'll show you here. There are areas of the game that are, of course, much harder to render out, which is another reason why I want to stay away from high. But you'll see here with more enemies, with the grass and different environments and stuff like that, we are taking a little bit more of a hit on medium, though still very clean, not stuttering, it looks great. But it shows you the overhead that we have and why 40 FPS might be the way to go. You also see the wattage used over there. I'm going to burn through my battery so much quicker this way than if I cap things, and we'll take a look at that too. But about 26.4, 26.3 for the most part here. Now 30 FPS works well in this game too, but I'm not going to do it in this video because I personally just don't like to play this game at 30. I did it a lot at beta, unlocked, or 60 or 40's fine for me. 30 I'm just not super interested in unless I need the battery that badly. Now, locking things down to 40 though, which is something I really do enjoy with this game on deck, you'll see our wattage instantly is going to go down. We're going to get much more battery life out of this, and even around the city, you do get those weird stutters and from the frame times and whatnot, CPU intensive and things like that, but it's still so much better and you don't lose the frames. And out here in the world as well, 40 FPS, I got into some fairly intensive areas with another player here and there and still never really dropped from the 40 with this medium preset here at the 800B and FSR and quality. So overall, I thought that was pretty impressive. Again, you could take the game down to 30 if you want to, and you'll gain a little bit more there with your battery and everything. But for me, it just doesn't look and feel near as good as 40 and up, and I think 40 is really my sweet spot. I'm going to tweak this medium a little bit. I'm going to up a couple things and lower a couple of things and keep the 40 FPS cap and adjust my settings just a little bit. But I think all in all, this is going to work out pretty well. I'm really impressed with the performance for Diablo here. You could even get away without FSR at a lock 40 if you wanted to as well. I was kind of keeping the overhead there, but you can definitely turn it off because we have enough overhead in most places that you're not gaining 10 to 20 FPS off FSR. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to show all the performance that I'm seeing here for early access. It's looking really good for Diablo 4, especially running through Battlenet, added to Steam there. So pretty impressive and happy to jump into this. All right, guys, as always, thanks a lot for coming to check out the video. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.